Hey, what's up guys, Diego here from EliteGamerBros, and today I bring you another episode of Quick Jet Tips. In this episode, I'm going to be going over 2 ways to avoid head-on collisions when your enemy gets greedy and tries to kill you head-on, and also how to properly and effectively use the below radar feature. The first maneuver, I like to call it the worm. It's basically performed by pitching up and down rapidly so that your enemy has a harder time hitting you. While performing the worm, you may still take some damage, but it won't be nearly as much as if you were going on a straight line, and the enemy could easily lead his shot to kill you. You want to perform the worm until after you pass the enemy, so you lose line of sight, then you maneuver to get behind him. If you're going head on, it's very important not to try to go into a defensive maneuver until you pass the enemy and lose line of sight, because if you're the first one to go on the defense, your enemy still has a line of sight on you and he'll be able to counter whatever maneuver you're performing. The next maneuver is my personal favorite. When you're going head on against an opponent, start performing a barrel roll similar to a scissor roll until you pass the enemy. By performing this maneuver, it will make it nearly impossible for him to get any shot at you, and it will also make it very difficult for him to crash into you. Also, keep in mind that as you pass your enemy, switch the direction of your barrel roll as you get into a dogfight, because your opponent will most likely match the last maneuver he saw you perform as you passed him. And last but not least, here's how to effectively use the below radar unlock. There are 2 altitude numbers to keep in mind, 150 and 120. 150 is the altitude you need in order to be invisible to the radar, and 120 is the altitude you need in order to break a lock. You can take advantage of the fact that you can be invisible to your enemy's radar. If you see that your enemy is not aware of you yet and you visually spotted him, go below the radar until you're in gun range and you're able to pitch up to attack him. This is the best way to surprise your enemy, especially if you're not using ECM or you don't want to use up your ECM to engage your enemy. And that's it for this tutorial, guys. Make sure to try these tips out and let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you all next time.